It's a very common something in Nigeria that when you take someone to the hospital for an emergency, the medical practitioners may insist that you must deposit money. So, in that situation, are they supposed to demand for deposit in an emergency situation? So, follow me, let's know what the law is saying about it. Section 20 of the National Health Act 2014 makes this clear. It provides that a health care provider, health worker, and health establishment shall not refuse a person's emergency medical treatment for any reason whatsoever. Any hospital or health worker who violates this provision commits an offense and can be prosecuted. This provision applies both to public and private medical establishments. The language of this act establishes emergency care as a non-negotiable right, thereby placing a direct legal duty on health care providers to promptly administer treatment without delay or discrimination. In life-threatening situations, time is of essence, and the expectation is that care will be provided swiftly and without prejudice. Healthcare providers or establishments who refuses to treat an emergency patient commits a criminal offense and even a civil wrong. For the criminal, such contravention can lead to penalties, which includes fine or imprisonment, or it can even include both depending on the gravity of the situation. For the civil wrong, they can also face civil claim for damages arising from negligence or breach of statutory duty, especially when denial of emergency care results in death or harm. So you've now seen that when you take an emergency patient to the hospital does not have the right to reject that person or refuse treatment because you've not made deposits at all. Also, these protections extends to victims of gunshot wounds by virtue of compulsory treatment and care for victims of gunshot wounds Act 2017, which mandates the hospitals, both private and public hospitals, to immediately accept victims of that gunshot wound and administer treatment without demanding for police clearance or upfront payments. And failure to adhere to these provisions will attract criminal sanction. So you now see that the law values life more than formalities. It's not a necessary thing for you to start demanding that these formalities should be done. Just save a life first. If these healthcare providers or establishments fail to follow the established principles of law, know it that you have a right to assert. The law has given you a right. Please do not throw your right away. Sue them.